What if a childhood wish, a secret ritual, actually came true? But instead of a happy ending, it sparked a tragedy so devastating it would test the very limits of fate. Today, we're diving into the story of Ritual. And it's an intense one, a tale where love and vengeance collide with, well, catastrophic results. So our story kicks off with this secret, almost magical act. Picture this. Janelle, as a high schooler, writes a boy's name on a piece of paper, tucks it into her pillow, and just hopes. She really believed it would bring him to her. It was this simple, hopeful wish she kept to herself for a whole decade. She probably never imagined that when it finally came true, it wouldn't just bring love. It would unleash an absolute storm. Yeah, but let's be clear, this is no fairy tale. That one little wish, once it's fulfilled, it becomes the catalyst for this whole chain of events. We're talking jealousy, vengeance, and so much heartbreak. It's going to push every single person in this story to their absolute limit.
All right, so let's start at what seems like the peak of their happiness. Years after Janelle's little ritual, her love story with Harold feels like it was written in the stars. It's perfect.
So a whole decade after that whispered wish, Janelle and Harold are completely inseparable. And you can tell how deep their connection is because Harold chooses this incredibly meaningful place to propose, at the grave of Janelle's parents. I mean, he actually asks for her hand from them, even though they're not there. It's this beautiful, kind of somber moment that just solidifies everything between them. They're planning their wedding and their future. It honestly looks perfect. And then reality just crashes in with brutal force. Harold's father, who happens to be the popular town mayor, is ambushed and killed. This act of political violence, it doesn't just throw their lives into chaos. No, it forces a dreaded family reunion, and that means bringing a ghost from Janelle's past right back into her life. Okay, so the funeral brings Harold's sister Nicole back from America. And for Janelle, this is not a good thing. This isn't the return of a friend. It is absolutely the return of her high school rival. And the tension is, well, it's immediate and explosive. Right there in the middle of her own father's wake, Nicole wastes zero time going after Janelle, in front of everyone. She basically turns a place of mourning into a battleground, making it crystal clear that their old hatred is very, very much alive. So you might be wondering, where did all this bad blood come from? Well, this isn't a new fight. Their rivalry goes back a decade, all rooted in high school jealousy. See, Nicole was the popular girl, and she got completely humiliated when the new guy she liked went for Janelle instead. So what does she do? She retaliates by framing Janelle for theft. But the plot gets uncovered, and Janelle slaps her, right in front of everybody. And that public humiliation, it has fueled Nicole's grudge for 10 long years. So now, fueled by all this old bitterness and seeing Janelle about to marry her brother, Nicole decides to up the ante. She moves from just being hostile to active sabotage. She is going to destroy their relationship, and she does not care what it costs. And her plan is as cruel as it is direct. Get this, she goes to Dave, Harold's best friend, with a proposition. She wants him to seduce Janelle. The idea is, if she can make it look like Janelle cheated, Harold will leave her for good. Simple. And just awful. But when Dave hesitates, because he's a decent friend, Nicole's desperation just goes into overdrive. First, she offers him money. When that's not enough, she offers herself. Just think about that. She is willing to use her own body as a bargaining chip, all to get revenge on someone from high school. But here's where Nicole completely, massively miscalculates. She totally underestimates Dave's loyalty. He doesn't just turn down her venomous offer. Oh no, he secretly records the entire conversation. And then he takes that recording straight to Harold, exposing his very own sister's treachery. Okay, so Harold has this recording, and he is pushed way past his breaking point. He confronts Nicole, and in his rage, he unleashes a secret the family has kept hidden for her entire life, a secret that will change everything. The confrontation kicks off with this absolutely brutal line from Harold. He immediately goes for the deepest cut possible, basically severing their family bond in one sentence. You can just feel the rage behind those words. And Nicole, she's just completely blindsided. In her shock, in her confusion, she asks the one question that is about to unravel her entire identity. Her entire life as she knows it is about to fall apart. And then it comes. The devastating truth. Harold tells her she is ampom, which is Tagalog for adopted. But he doesn't stop there. He reveals that her birth mother was a mentally ill maid who worked for their family. This isn't just a secret coming out, it's a secret being used as a weapon, deployed in a moment of pure anger, and it just completely demolishes Nicole's world. So, as you can imagine, this revelation is just too much to bear. The foundation of her whole life has just crumbled beneath her. Unable to cope, Nicole packs a bag, runs away, and just disappears. Her mind is basically broken by the weight of this truth. And the fallout from this one single explosive argument, it is immediate and it is catastrophic. Nicole's disappearance triggers a chain reaction that is going to change everyone's lives forever. Everything just completely falls apart with terrifying speed. First, the police find a distraught Nicole on a bridge, about to jump. Harold gets the call and races to the scene, but in his haste, he swerves to avoid a tricycle and crashes his car. And the result? He survives, but with a spinal cord injury that leaves him paralyzed from the waist down. His entire future is changed in a single instant. And this transformation is just tragic. You look at him before the accident. He was Janelle's fierce protector, the man who promised to fight for her against anyone. And then after, he sees himself as nothing but a burden. He even calls himself an invalid, useless. The protector is just gone, replaced by a man completely consumed by despair.
So, in the hospital and then back at home, Harold's despair just turns into rejection. He truly believes he can no longer be the man she deserves, so he just relentlessly pushes Janelle away. He tells her to leave him, he refuses her care, he's actively trying to break the very love he once fought so hard to protect.
But Janelle, she refuses to break. In the face of his anger, in the face of her own grief, she holds on. She holds on to the love that started with that simple, hopeful ritual all those years ago. She tells him, and you get the sense she's telling herself too, that she will not surrender. To her, their love is a promise, and she fully intends to keep it.
And all of this, it leaves us with the big question, right? Can a love that was born from a hopeful ritual actually survive a reality that is this broken? Is a love that felt destined strong enough to overcome a fate that seems absolutely determined to tear it apart?